Hello guys, welcome back to Let's Go Fight Together. Today we're going to talk about our defensive organization. It's going to be 3 different sets of principles, and we're going to also talk about the training sessions that we will have to try to correct this. The first set of principles are individual principles, and is in regards of how to approach the player with the ball. The first thing you gotta do is you gotta get there fast. You gotta slow down when you get there so you don't get burned with your momentum. And you gotta get side on and you gotta get low. Now in here, we're gonna have cones set up in here, but we're gonna have players standing on the cones, so representing the attackers. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start right here, and we're going to go and get there fast, make contact, means just reach and touch the player. Come back, so you get there fast, you slow down as you get in there, you touch him, you back up, and you get side on. If you're getting side on, ideally you want to push him on the outside because you don't want to show him on the inside right here. Unless you're trying to trap him, but normally you're not doing that. Not there anyways, you can trap him with your fullback out here. Now, you will put your right foot forward and your left foot back, regardless of whether you're right foot or left footed. Because what you want to do is you want to show him this way, so when he takes his touch, since you got your left foot behind you, you can just turn, take a quick turn, and go and get him. So you're going to do that with every single cone. Both of these players are going to go, back up, go, back up, go, back up, go, back up. When they get here, they're gonna go all the way back here to the beginning of the line on a quick sprint, because we're gonna add conditioning into this. And then this, guys, very important, they go all the way around to the opposite lines, like so. And obviously this guy's just moving to the next set of cones. And then we go again. So I hope that illustrates it properly. And that shows you the reasons why we're doing it and what we're doing. The second set of principles is still individual, on more detail as far as why we do these things and how to actually engage the player that's on the ball. The first thing you have to do is just delay. Remember, you have to delay because you're waiting for the cover. Now, when you go to win the ball, because it's not like we're just going to meet him here and then back up all the way until he shoots. When we go to get the ball, what we need to remember is what our objective is. Our objective is to win the ball, but first to make sure we have a defensive organization. So you're going to delay, but you're going to look for four cues to win the ball. One, if it takes a bad touch. So the moment you see a bad touch, that's why you take that close distance, but not so close that you get burned on the speed. So when he takes a bad touch, you just step into it and win the ball. That's why you're side on and you're low, so you can go ahead and just step in and take the ball with you with your own directional touch, so that way you go where you want to go with the ball. Now the other thing is when he's looking down. If he's just looking down because maybe he struggles to dribble and he can't be looking up and dribbling to find his teammates, you do the same thing. When he's looking down, you engage him, you press him hard, and you try to win the ball. The third one is when you have him up against the line or up against the corner and he can't really go anywhere, and you can go and try to win that, or just go and slide tackle there if you think he's going to burn you on the speed. Especially if he burned you already, you don't want to go and do the same thing over and over again. Now, the other time is, this is crucial, if you're here and you're delaying, or for some reason like you stay behind and you play somebody on, and now you got to deal with it because there's no cover. There's no cover, there's no one coming. It's you and the goalie to defend this guy. What I want you to do is, as soon as you see this line, because you'll see it, you don't have to be looking down, you'll see it out of your peripheral vision. When you see this line, you want to decide which way you want to guide him. So you want to take a touch here, for example. Not take a touch, but deny him his left side, for example, and just force him to go out this way. And always trying to keep in reference the back post, because what I want you guys to do is to force him to make a shot to the first post, because this should be a narrower space for your goalkeeper to cover, and it should be easier for him to handle that situation if it comes to that, which hopefully it doesn't, because we should be able to move as a unit better than to be having a lot of one-on-ones defensively. But in case we do, this is what we're going to be doing on training. On training, we're going to go in here one-on-one. We're going to have two lines, so there's going to be a line here, another line over here of players. We're going to go one-on-one for just like 10 seconds. And this guy's got to take the ball, and all he can do is move left or right here on this space. And the defender, all he has to do is just keep reference of the goal and just try to block the shot. But neither of them can cross. This guy cannot go around him or inside to shoot, and he cannot step out of the line to shoot. To defend the ball. All I want him to do is just for you guys to work on how to block the shot, and I'll show you guys physically how you do it. You pretty much just do it like a keeper. You cover your privates, and you just drop on your knees. When you see like he's gonna pull a trigger, you drop sideways on your knees, but with your body open. Don't turn it, so that way you can just take the hit wherever it's gonna land. That's why you gotta get used to throwing your body on the way, so you defend that shot, because that's what you're there for. If you're defending, you gotta avoid that shot. Now, that's the first thing. The second thing is gonna be starting from back here. We're gonna start right here at the 6-yard line box, and we're gonna have balls here. We're gonna have balls here, and lines here, and lines over here of attackers. And then we're gonna pass the ball out, and same thing. We're gonna pass the ball out, and we're just gonna go one-on-one at this point. We're gonna pass the ball out, and we're gonna try to deny him the inside, but this time we're gonna meet him at the 18-yard box, and we gotta try to take him to the outside and deny him the inside. And we can have the lines on the outside right here, just so they're not on the way of the ball. But these lines won't matter, because they can be there. But we're gonna start right here though. When we get the ball, we're gonna start right here and pass him the ball, and then come and meet him here and try to deny him the inside, and force him to the outside to take this shot where you cover the back post. And you're gonna do that properly, because we're gonna do the first exercise first. The third thing, something you have heard a lot, and everybody knows how to do until you don't know how to do it, and it's your press, cover, balance. So there's a player that press, there's a player that covers, and there's a player that balances. Now I'm gonna have in here four different colors, 4 different color cones here. I'm gonna set up the lines in front, and I'm gonna call a color. So if I call yellow, then this is the guy that engages. This one covers here, or this one covers here, where this one balances. And why does he balance? Because he's in between the space of the other 2 players where he could go. So if the ball was to come here, then he can go and quickly press while this one's covered, and these 2 balance. These 2 can be further behind. You can be in line right here, or you can be slightly behind. I'd rather be slightly behind, because this way we are more staggered. That way, if this guy is super agile or a good dribbler, he doesn't go through here and then just burn these lines because they're too close together. If these guys are deeper, this guy should be able to cut him off, and then everybody else defensively should be able to regain possession. Especially the way we work with our back 5 when we don't have the ball, we should be able to handle these scenarios without any problems. I trust you guys to do that. Now, that's what we're gonna do. So if I call green, for example, this guy presses, cover, and this the number 2 balances up here. If it goes to red, he presses because we're pushing him to the outside. This one covers, and these 2 balance, just about like that. If it goes over here, again, but I want these movements to be precise. The other 2 guys are on between the spaces of the other attackers, so that way when the ball goes, you can just go and close it down while you rest of your defense balance you out. This one covers and the other one's balance. So, and this guy covers him on this side. The thing that this will transition to, I have my notes right here. I'm gonna set this a little wider with the back 4, And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you guys a ball, and instead of cones, it's gonna be players. I'm gonna have you guys pass the ball to one, and then we engage on what we're supposed to be doing. And then we'll pass the ball to the other guy, and he presses, we cover, and he balances. What I don't want to see is this guy standing over here or over here, because if he's here, he's playing everybody right here on sides. If he stays too wide here, then this ball can go here, and by the time this guy's closed down, that ball can go in between there. So we want to avoid getting split on our back line. And the way to do that is to have proper shifting of our back line. Good press, good cover, good balance. And in game, though, when you get here, if there's a guy here with the ball, you delay him until you have that cover. And when you hear this guy saying that you can go and get him, you go and get him. And if he burns you, then he goes and gets him, and you hurry up and get behind him. Just like that, like a quick reaction. You don't sit there and complain about what just happened. You just get back inside. I hope that makes sense, guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay hydrated. And if you're a coach and you feel free to use any of this. This is for your benefit, and it's for the benefit of our youth that we coach. Thank you. See you guys on the next one.